So to start with, when I'm doing plaits, I like to know how many plaits I'm going to do. So before I started these, I worked out at what length I needed to section each piece to get an odd number of plaits. So I know from doing that I will get exactly 11 plaits if each section is this size. So then instead of banding up each section, you can just skip all of that, section off your piece, get the rest of the mane out of the way, hook it into place and start your plait without worrying about the stage of sectioning. So that's the first thing I do. The next thing, when I've got my section, is use the plaiting mousse, and I use one pump per section, and I'll work that all the way through the mane from top to bottom, and then I use my plaiting wax to get rid of any flyaways. So I work that through the top, the sides and underneath, and this keeps down any new growth that might like to pop up and make an appearance. Then I use a finer comb to work that through the hair from all angles. And then I like to start plaiting up to the sky, which gives me a little bit more shape with my plait. So I make each section even, so you split it into 3, and then you just begin your plait. And this is where the mousse really comes into play, because all of these sections are really tacky. So you can make that plait really nice and tight, running down. And once you reach the bottom, or when you start getting flyaways like that, you'll use a band to secure it. So to stitch my plaits, I first banded them, and then I roll them up to the top where I want them to sit, and then I get my needle and waxed black thread, and I thread it right through the bottom to the other side between the sections, and bring it right almost to the end, but leave a tail. Then I bring it back through almost the same way, slightly to the side, and I'll repeat this a few times until I feel the plait secured. And give it a little tug with the tail, and then I put one through the middle, making sure that I am in between the sections. So I do not want to come through the middle, because it pulls the plait in the wrong direction. So once I've got it through one section, I'll bring it back through a slightly different section in the gap, so that when I pull it through, it's almost invisible. And that gives the plait a bit of a rounder shape before I bring it back through completely the bottom. And I make a loop and bring the tail through it to tie a knot. And I'll do that a couple of times to secure it before cutting the tails off and trimming any stray hairs off, giving me my plait.